Logan Paul just dropped a truth about his relationship with God that may completely shift your view of him.
I feel like my relationship with God has gotten extremely strong in the past 2 years or so. I will say I've personally felt it extremely powerful to just have that conversation with God.
From one of the darkest chapters, filled with consequences for mocking God, to a moment of divine clarity.
Listen, ironically, I defamed Jesus and God, and I felt his wrath.
But here's the real question. How did one of the most controversial internet figures end up talking about faith, redemption, and God's discipline? That's exactly what we're unpacking right now. So if you're ready to see how God can reach anyone, no matter how far they've fallen, you're in the right place. Subscribe and join Faith Frontline. Let's get into the video.
Easy says, are the Paul brothers religious? And he says that he prayed for me after I disappeared off YouTube from Japan. Thank you, dude. How's your spirituality?
Very spiritual, but not super deep into one particular religion. I have a direct relationship with God that doesn't need to be morphed into a set of rules or ideas currently. I do like different parts of Christianity, Catholic, and I haven't had time to sit there and learn more about them. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think religion can be beautiful for a lot of reasons. For me, I've had a evolving relationship with God, and I think it's because I've felt God both positively and negatively in my life a lot, and those effects are directly related to the conversation that I'm having with God, or if I'm not having any conversation at all or disrespecting him.
Let's pause for a second. I get it. There's plenty of skepticism when it comes to Logan Paul and faith. But here's the thing. You have to respect his honesty. He's not pretending to have figured it all out. He's still working on it, just like many of us. And here's a core truth that often gets overlooked. God doesn't wait for us to have it all together before he reaches out to us, because his love extends beyond the situation we find ourselves in. So think about your own life. How often do you pray and seek God when everything's going well compared to when everything is falling apart? Your relationship with God should move beyond your problems to willingness to trust, lean on him, and value his presence. But how did Logan get to this point where he can openly admit that he's on a journey with God? Let's take a closer look.
I made some pretty out of line comments to George about George's beliefs. And I said, I'm not going to say what I said. I'm not even going there again, because I'll tell you why. The following 3 weeks have been the hardest period of my fucking life. Buddy, God kicked me in the dick as hard as he fucking could. It's soon
we call that
started
a
happening.
God smack.
I went
God smack, son.
There's no way. There's no way. We started off in Qatar. I got violent food poisoning.
Oh, before that, camera taken away at the airport.
Oh yeah,
immediately.
$20,000 camera taken. We were invited by Qatar. We landed Qatar. Camera stripped from us. All right, fire. $20,000 camera. All right, no problem.
Which he got.
We got it back a couple days later, but we get to my hotel. It's just little things here and there. Things aren't showing up. We misscheduled. Again, got violent fucking food poisoning. Next day, got alcohol poisoning. Our luggage was delayed, so we had no clothes to get to our events. Qatar was the first time I felt the wrath of God.
But it was just a representation of just how horrible things had gotten.
Listen, ironically, I defamed Jesus and God, and I felt his wrath.
Okay, if you followed Logan, you'll likely remember his clash with George and how he boldly criticized and even mocked God. Yes, he faced consequences, but what's more important is how he responded to that correction. We live in a culture that treats mocking faith as comedy and celebrates those who dismiss God. But Logan came to realize something that many never do. This world doesn't run on social media applause. When you dishonor the Creator, creation itself pushes back. Not because God is cruel, but that he is just, and he allows us to feel the weight of our choices so that we might return to him. Hebrews 12:6 tells us, the Lord disciplines the one he loves, and he chastises everyone he accepts as his son. Maybe you felt that too. Those moments when everything seems to fall apart right after you've strayed from God's ways. That isn't God doing evil, it's his mercy showing up through consequence. And what happened next shows what faith looks like when it's tested and refined under pressure.
How the karmic energy of the universe, this is what I'll call it, just went right back around and put me in my place.
You want me to tell you something? The night before it happened, bro, I'm sitting and I'm reading the Bible. And I literally say a prayer to God. And I go, man, like, this is when me and you were kind of like going back and forth. And I was getting pissed at you. And I was like, dude, God, I know you love him, but I want to kill him. I want to punch him in the face. I want to hurt. Wait, hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
But I know you don't want me to. And I know you love him. And I know this opportunity between two best friends could open a lot of people's eyes to who God is. That when your friend says something or does something that you're like, okay, now the one time he f***s with me, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not. Like, it really made me realize that we are in a generation fueled by burn the neighbor that's next to you. And I just wanted to take the time to say thank you for everything you've given to me. Thank you for the opportunity you've given to me. I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through, but God loves you and he is still with you regardless of the situation that you put yourself in, regardless in the light that you want to paint yourself in. There is a very real God that will walk through this journey with you. Even though the whole world turned against you, that God is right near you. Neither him or me or Mike or any single person here will ever abandon a man like you because you're not worth abandoning. And I love you.
God damn.
Wow. I mean, from the way George speaks, you can tell he lives the faith that he has believed. You see, when our beliefs are attacked, the natural response is to strike back or shut down. But he chose a third, rarely considered path, and that is to love the one who attacked him. Just think about that. Every time someone mocks your faith, dismisses your convictions, or betrays your trust, you're faced with a decision. You can respond the way the world expects, with retaliation, canceling, or cutting people off. Or you can respond with truth spoken in love. You see, when you've truly encountered God's unconditional love, it transforms the way you treat others, especially those who don't deserve kindness. 1 John 4:19 says, "We love because he first loved us." This kind of love doesn't make you a doormat, it makes you secure. So secure in God's love that you no longer feel the need to defend your identity through human means. And that kind of love always breaks down walls and softens hearts, which brings us back to where Logan is today.
So yeah, really spiritual. I have yet to subscribe to a religion per se, but I'm keeping my mind open. And I feel like my relationship with God has gotten extremely strong in the past 2 years or so. I will say I've personally felt it extremely powerful to just have that conversation with God, just speak into the universe. It's all energy and it's all flowing and it can come back to you. That's what I felt anyways. And so keep your mind open, keep your heart open, and don't be closed off to the idea that there is a higher power, because there definitely is.
Let's be real. Logan Paul still lives in the spotlight, making business moves that don't always reflect traditional Christian values. And chances are he'll keep figuring things out along the way. But honestly, that's what most of our faith journeys look like. They're messy, imperfect, and they're headed in the right direction. Maybe you've made mistakes that feel too big to be forgiven. Romans 8:28 reminds us that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. That means even your lowest moments can be redeemed. Just like Logan, know that real transformation is possible when you stay open to God's voice and keep moving forward. And it's exactly what we're here about at Faith Frontline. So hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more truth.